You guys are wondering, my fucking cat is right here, and she's just like rubbing up against me. Really? Why didn't I make it a video? Anyway. So recently I posted up a TikTok video on why I think Tobirama Senju, the second Hokage, is one of the worst Hokage in history.
Why would you say something so blasphemous? Blasphemous.
Then it got me thinking I need to make a video about Hashirama Senju. And I've come to the conclusion in my own mind that Hashirama Senju does not make any sense. So let's get into this video. I got a rant, y'all. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Guac Papa Dustin. What are you doing? What's good, y'all? It's your boy Guac Papa Dustin, whatever the hell y'all want to call me. Back at y'all again with another video today. What the fuck are you doing? As always, feel free to follow me on all my other social media down below, my Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, gaming channel, all that good jazz. Now before we get started with every video, y'all know I gotta make me a nice little mixed drink, so let's make it, y'all. And the drink of the day is going to be an amaretto sour. If you guys want to know the ingredients, they're going to be right here. So first we're going to start with some lemon juice. I almost said lime. Next ingredient is going to be some fucking egg whites. Because, you know, I just love salmonella. Get a little bit of sugar water up in that bitch. And the star of the show, Hashirama. Add the ice in, and then we're going to shake that shit again. For all you ASMR people, here's the goddamn pour. Ooh, that is fucking sexy as shit. As always, drink responsibly. Let me know what you guys are drinking in the comments, and yeah, let's get back to the fucking video. Hope you guys enjoyed that mixed drink today. So yeah, let's get into it. Before I get into this, I want to say, if you have not watched Naruto or Naruto Shippuden, do not watch this video unless you do not mind having spoilers being said to you, because there's going to be massive spoilers in this video. Yeah, you've been warned. Now for a little bit of context, Hashirama Senju is the first Hokage of the Naruto universe. He was the first Hokage of the Leaf Village and is a part of the famed Senju clan, who had a rivalry with the Uchiha clan. The Uchiha clan is where your boy Sasuke Itachi come from, and of course Big Bad Madara. Hashirama always had a dream to create a village so that children would no longer have to fight in times of war and that everyone could be safe. He was also former friends with Madara Uchiha, who ended up becoming the big bad of the Naruto universe. You know, the real big bad. We're not talking about Kaguya over here. Now why is Hashirama relevant to the plot? I mean, after all, he's not even alive anymore, he's just an old relic of the past, right? Well, there's a couple reasons why Hashirama is relevant that I will get into in this video right here. And the first one is that he and Madara are the reincarnates of two basically demigods. You see, the Sage of the Six Paths, aka the father of all shinobi, the one who possesses the fucking Rinnegan and shit, the original Rinnegan possessor, he had two kids. Those kids' names were Indra and Ashura. Now Indra, like Madara and Sasuke, possessed the Sharingan and was a natural talent. Whereas Ashura was kind of a late bloomer. He didn't possess Sharingan, he didn't really possess a lot of natural talent, especially near the level of his brother Indra. But either way, he grew to become stronger due to the bonds he had with his friends and the people he got to meet along the way. On Hagoromo's deathbed, he needed someone to carry on Ninshu, which would eventually become the Ninja Creed. And instead of choosing elder brother Indra, who was a natural talent, he chose Ashura. Ashura was selfless, he helped everybody, he healed people, and he cared about others, and he was strengthened through the bonds he had of his friendship and comrades. Whereas Indra, despite being strong and powerful and a lot more talented than Ashura, preferred to do things by himself and in a much more selfish way. This stirred a rivalry between the two brothers, and yet it continues to this day in their form of their reincarnates. This is relevant because both Madara and Sasuke are the reincarnates of Indra, and Hashirama and Naruto are the reincarnates of Ashura. Ashura would eventually give birth to both the Senju and Uzumaki clans, both of whom Naruto and Hashirama descend from, and Indra would give birth to the Uchiha clan, which Madara and Sasuke descend from. Now, as I said, Indra was massively a better shinobi than Ashura. He had a lot more natural talents, and obviously he possessed Sharingan. Ashura didn't possess any of that, but he possessed amazing healing abilities, massive chakra reserves, and overall just had a very strong will to protect and serve and help other people. Those are all characteristics we see in both Naruto and Hashirama, and Indra's characteristics we see in both Madara and Sasuke. Now you're probably thinking, if that's the case, Dustin, why the hell are you making this video? Why is it such a difference? Well, I'm going to explain to you. As I said, Madara and Sasuke have a lot of connections to Indra. They're both natural prodigies, they possess Sharingan, Mangekyo Sharingan, and are overall just badass characters. Then you have Ashura and Naruto, who, while being late bloomers, still strong in their own rights, were strengthened through the bonds they had with their friends and family. Well, Naruto didn't really have a family, but you get what I mean, okay? His friends were like his family. He used what he learned from his senseis, Kakashi, Jiraiya, and Fukusaku. He learned from everybody, and he had the bonds with all his friends, whereas Sasuke chose to be more isolated. Similar to Indra and Ashura. Now Madara did a very similar thing to Indra, but not so much Hashirama. Now hear me out. Hashirama probably did have a lot of connections with his family, okay? He cared deeply for his family and his friends. But it wasn't the same in a way, and I have a good reason for saying that. You see, the difference is Naruto and Ashura were nothing compared to Indra or Sasuke. Naruto had to grind his ass off to even get to Sasuke's level, and even still, even with Tailed Beast Cloak and everything like that, and after training with Jiraiya, learning the Rasengan, he still couldn't save Sasuke from going with Orochimaru. If we're gonna count the filler of Indra and Ashura battling, which was totally plot bullshit, I'm gonna tell you that much. I mean, how the hell does this guy know Rasengan and Wood Style? But anyways, even if you include that, he still needed the help of a bunch of other people from the villages to help him beat Indra's power. Hashirama, however, didn't need shit. If anything, Madara needed more help beating Hashirama than Hashirama did beating Madara. As I said, Naruto and Ashura both had to grind to beat their brothers. I know Naruto and Sasuke aren't brothers, but Naruto sees Sasuke kind of like a brother, so, there's that. But you guys get the point. Naruto had to grind in order to get to Sasuke's level because Sasuke was already naturally better than him. Same thing goes with Ashura and Indra. But Hashirama, even when they were kids, Madara admitted that Hashirama was stronger than he was. And he would continue to be for years to come. When they were kids, they used to practice skipping stones, and Hashirama was always able to throw it farther than Madara. Even when they were adults and Madara got Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, Hashirama was still whooping his ass with the wood. Let's be honest, when it comes to Hashirama's wood, and that man Madara knows from experience. But you get the point, Hashirama was just a different breed than both Ashura and Naruto. Now some people probably say, well, we never really got to see Hashirama's training sessions, we never really got to see any of that, we never know what he really went through, and I'm taking that into account as well, so maybe like I said, I am wrong, but from what we know of Hashirama never really, he probably did have to train obviously, but it was never to the extent from what I see as like Ashura and Naruto had to go through. Of course he cared about people, he helped people, and he really wanted to make a difference. But I mean, Naruto had to grind for that. I feel Ashura and Naruto have more of a connection to each other than either of them have to Hashirama. Hashirama was a natural beast at birth. I mean, he felt like more of a god than Ashura himself, and he was a direct descendant of the Sage of Six Paths, the god of all ninja. Not to mention, we're getting into the fucking Hashirama cells. Let's get into that topic. Let's put it this way, having Hashirama cells in the Naruto verse is like being able to wield fucking Thor's hammer, dude. Let's put it this way, okay? If you were to take the fucking super soldier serum from Marvel, okay? Some fucking liquid luck from Harry Potter, okay? That fucking happiness potion from Shrek, and the goddamn Infinity Gauntlet, and the fucking goddamn anti-life equation, and put it all into one thing, okay? Boom, that's Hashirama cells. To show you how OP Hashirama cells are, in case you don't know, take a guy like fucking Obito, for example. Now Obito, like Madara and Sasuke, is of the Uchiha clan. And like few members of the Uchiha clan, Obito was able to awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan. In Obito's case, it was called the Kamui ability, which basically is like the most fucking OP Sharingan ability, let's be fucking real here. And you're probably thinking, what relevance does this have? Well, in case you don't know, those who awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan basically have the risk of going blind unless they awaken the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Now, it was never really explicitly stated, but what we can infer is that in order to awaken the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, you have to have a blood relative who also possesses Sharingan, and you have to transplant their eyes into your own. For example, Sasuke, after fighting the 5 Kage and killing Danzo's bitch ass, was basically going blind. However, he was able to regain his sight and gain the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan after he took Itachi's eyes and transplanted them into his own. It's really fucking weird, but when you watch the series, it's a little bit more understandable. Same thing with Madara. When his brother Izuna was going to die, he ended up taking his eyes and was able to gain the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Now how does this relate to Obito? Well, Obito, unlike both of them, doesn't have a brother to give him his fucking eyeballs. Obito didn't even have fucking parents in the series. Now, I believe he did have a grandmother, but I believe that was anime only. Someone let me know that in the comments if I'm wrong. But you get the point. Obito didn't really have any blood relatives to give him a fucking eyeball so he could fucking, you know, awaken Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, so he had no way to do it. Now, why is this relevant? Because this motherfucker Obito spams Kamui like every 2 fucking minutes. I mean, literally almost every time this man is on screen, he's phasing through some fucking solid objects. That or he's transporting them into the Kamui dimension. Yes, this man has his own fucking dimension that he can just teleport people to at will. And yeah, he just fucking spams that shit all the time. And how was he able to do that without the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan? Well, simple. Hashirama DNA. I mean, seriously, Hashirama DNA was probably the most OP fucking thing and one of the stupidest fucking things that I think was introduced into the Narutoverse. Not as stupid as Kaguya and Black Zetsu, but that's a whole nother rant. But you get the point, okay? Hashirama cells were basically god tier shit, okay? Like, we used to fight with kunai, now we fight with a man's DNA.
Pause. Your pause on that.
Why is that relevant? Because no one was doing that for Ashura and Naruto. I mean, Hashirama was so OP, he could literally create wood golems that could palm-tailed beasts like they were fucking nothing. Madara literally had a Susanoo-covered 9-tailed fox, okay, with Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and Hashirama was more worried about the damn environment. I guess the point of all this I'm saying is that, unlike Naruto and Ashura, it doesn't feel like Hashirama had to work the same as they did. He wasn't inferior to Madara at all. If anything, Madara had to work and grind his ass off to catch up to Hashirama. I mean, hell, when they finally had their final battle, Hashirama literally was able to kill Madara. Well, kinda. Madara ended up using the fucking Izanagi, which basically allows him to cheat fucking death and, yeah, basically live as an old fucking man. But you get the point. I mean, Madara lived for so long simply because Hashirama didn't want to kill this man. And Madara was full on trying to kill this motherfucker. But he just couldn't because he wasn't strong enough. But we see the struggle with Naruto when he was trying to save Sasuke from going with Orochimaru. No matter how stronger he got, he just couldn't keep up with Sasuke. We see the same thing with Ashura. Even after getting stronger, he still needed the help of everyone else. Hashirama didn't need anybody. Hell, Madara was asking for more help against Hashirama than Hashirama was ever asking from him. Not to mention, Hashirama himself literally had god tier cells that could heal from any fucking wound and basically do any fucking thing. Hashirama to me was just kind of one of those things that, while cool on the surface, just seemed very weird. You never really heard talk of the first Hokage until Shippuden. You knew him and Lord Second were probably badasses in their time, but you know, after Lord Third's death and the whole thing with Orochimaru, you weren't really even thinking about the previous Hokage. Then out of nowhere, they get announced that they're all basically the reincarnates of demigods, and it's just like, oh shit. Now personally, I never really liked the whole, all of them being reincarnates of, you know, the Sage of Six Paths kids, and say what you will about that whole plot line, but regardless, either way, it's there, and as bad as it may seem, to me, it just never, I don't know, Hashirama to me, while being a cool, badass character, was just always a weird character to me. I didn't feel he had that similar connection to Naruto and Ashura. He just felt like a god on his own. I dare say he seemed a lot more godly than Ashura himself. Like, I almost feel like they should just switch places. Other than their general personalities and demeanor, I don't really see a lot of parallels between any of them. Yeah, they all have the same will of fire to carry on and protect the Leaf and everyone around them and to have strong familial and comrade bonds. But, I mean, Naruto, like I said, had to grind for what he did. He had to befriend the fucking tailed beasts. Hashirama was out here just capturing them like they were fucking nothing and offering them up to other nations. Hashirama just doesn't make sense because he's just overpowered. Bro was just a literal walking fucking cheat code. I mean, hell, when the fucking Ten Tails came out, this man was damn near beating it all on his own. Not to mention they're fucking experimenting with his cells. I mean, hell, Orochimaru used his cells so he could bind all the previous Hokage when he wanted to revive them so Sasuke could ask them questions. I mean, hell, even after that, Hashirama was still so powerful that Orochimaru was literally afraid of him breaking out of the reanimation jutsu binding. He was just built different.
I'm built different.
And it feels weird because him and Naruto are essentially supposed to be the same fucking character. Him and Ashura are supposed to be the same fucking character. And, you know, aside from personality, they don't really feel like the same character. He feels like he's in a tier of his own, and everyone else is just beneath him. But that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone correct me in the comments if I got anything wrong, and you guys let me know your opinions, because I'm not an expert at all. But anyways, that's just a quick video I wanted to put out today. Let me know what you guys' opinions are in the comments. If there's anything I got wrong, you guys let me know, and let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.